I got enough shit here to light this place up like it's the 4th of fucking July.
Welcome to Clean the Kitchen. Today is the 4th of fucking July, Independence Day, and we're gonna cook up an Independence Day feast. We got fried chicken. We got, roasted beans. We got sweet corn, and we got mac and cheese. Now I hope you guys are ready, and this episode of Clean the Kitchen is brought to you by Bet with Joe. Alright, now this is, you can choose whatever pasta you want. We got some macaroni here, about 400 grams. You just chuck that in the boiling water. And you just want to let that get to about al dente level, which is like not all the way soft, but like not all the way hard. You know what I'm talking about? So like al dente. Now, we mixed up some chicken with the batter earlier that you saw on the video. This bad boy is going in for some deep freezy, bro. And be careful. Okay, so we'll just do 3 pieces at a time. Now while you're waiting for all this stuff to get going, what you can do is we're gonna do some corn on the cob. Now, what you want is you want to get rid of this green shit, because this don't even taste good at all. Okay? So you want to get all of that shit off, put that in the trash can. And maybe there's not going to be any corn inside. You don't really know, because it's like one of those Russian dolls where you just keep, but it's like past the parcel, you know? Where you just keep taking off layers. And you don't know what's going to be under there, like it's a Saturday night, you know. So when you finally get to the core of the thing, you don't want none of this stringy shit, you know. Take all that shit the fuck off, and you're left with that little bit of corn here. Get all that stringy shit out, because that's not that good shit. And you can obviously do as much corn as you like, because it does nothing to your body. It actually comes out looking the exact same way as it looked when it went in. And sometimes sometimes if you haven't been to the gym in 2 weeks, it can be hard to cut this bad beast. But there you go. And then, there. And you make sure that you're safe in the kitchen and that you don't have any kids around that could get a knife to the face by accident. Alright, now we're gonna get these beans popping. So we got a little oven tray here. What you wanna do is preheat that oven real nice to like something hot. So like 150 to 200, whatever. You just want a little bit of olive oil in there, not too much, because you don't want them beans to fry out. Get your beans, put them there on the tray. And you wanna get them a little bit covered, you know? Get some nice oil on there so they're nice and moist. You feel me? Nice and oiled up. Then you gotta wash your hands a bit, because you got oily palms, you know? Oily mitts. Once you got a little bit of that oil on there, you want to put a bit of garlic salt and some chili on. So garlic salt first, but you don't want it to be too much garlic salt, so just get it over the top there, like that, and some chili. And that's the chicken, so we're gonna have to move back to the chicken. All right? Now that's one side of the chicken's absolutely done. We flip that boy. And you can smell it. And I don't know if you can smell it through the camera, but we can certainly smell it here. And that's some crispy fried chicken. We can just turn that down a little. We can have a look at this pasta too real quick. That's not quite al dente, so we're gonna just let that rock a little bit longer. Okay. And that's how you prepare the beans. And we won't put them in until a little bit closer to dinner. And we can probably put these boys in, these corns. And you put them in with nothing on them to start, okay? You just let them get a little heated first. All right, now we want 50 grams of butter in a medium saucepan, so get that bad boy heated up. And you want that butter to melt fully, okay? And while we're waiting on that, I think that this pasta probably is ready to drain. So that's what this does. And I used to use these as a helmet. And speaking of NFL earlier, I used to use these as helmets when I was a young buck. And there's some question about young bucks' sexuality at the moment, but I'll leave that kind of stuff to 50 Cent. If you want to follow 50 Cent on Instagram, that's some quality content. And this episode of Clay in the Kitchen is brought to you by Bet with Joel. BetWithJoel.com/ref/welcome to the Poddy. Enter promo code Poddy exclusive 50 for 50% off your first week. Now, to that 50 grams of butter, we have maybe 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. You just want to add that. You just want to add that into that butter right there. Turn that all the way down and give that a stir, and that'll get thick. So if you want to just come and have a look at that, that'll thicken that up real nice. Now we want to put about 2 cups of milk in here, but you just want to do it gradually. So maybe take it off the heat. You don't want to burn the milk. And you just want to make sure that it stays smooth the whole time. Now this is our cheese sauce, and what we're going to do is, because that's all nice and smooth there, we got about 2 cups of grated cheese. Whatever cheese you want. This is cheddar cheese. You want to put that in there. And we've actually got a little bit of Parmesan right here. And that's that long bowl. Alright, so we'll get that nice and smooth when that starts melting. And once that's all smoothed out, we're going to put that in with our pasta. And our chicken's done. So we're actually going to make sure you got some paper towel, so that paper towel can soak up any, leftover oil, because you don't want to be drinking oil, but you kind of do a little bit. And that's just going to keep making noise, but don't be scared. Just don't put your finger in it or any pellets. All right, now that's starting to get a little bit smooth, but it's still a little bit lumpy, but that's okay. What we're gonna do is put that pasta back on the heat and pour that cheese in there. Oh boy. And sometimes you can use a spatula to get all of the leftover bits, but you don't need to be too fussy. It's not gonna change the game, But we just get what we can get there. We're gonna be doing some dishes later, that's for sure. All right. You want to stir all that through, and that you want to cover all those shells up. So it's probably better if you don't use fettuccine and shit for mac and cheese, because you know we don't like to change the game too much here. All right, so we're gonna keep that on a low heat and just sort of let that all meld together and simmer, I think. Now our corn has got some heat behind it. We wanna start adding a little bit of butter and all that to it. And what I like to do is I like to just get a fork here and sort of just grab a piece of butter and start rubbing, you know. And it might remind you of some nights that you've had in the bedroom with a significant other, or maybe even with Kevin Spacey. But you just like to cover that up, oil it up, bro. And I know you've seen videos on Pornhub and things like that of these, you know, these ladies and gentlemen that's all oiled up and things like that. But it'll start to make your corn look real shiny. We'll keep that butter in there, and we'll put a little bit of salt on top of that, and that's gonna really flavor that shit up. And also, what you want is some of that pappy, bro, that paprika. You get some of that paprika over the top there, and just color it up. Oh shit! And you put that back in the oven there. Oh, and you don't want to put the towel all over it, but you want to put that back in the oven, and that's called a Taiwanese transformer. And that's what you want them to look like when they're done in the oven. Little bit shriveled, nice and green, still moist. You don't want them to go dry, that's for sure. But those are ready. We got our chicken here, that's ready. We got our pasta here, that's ready. And we're just waiting on this sweet corn, this sweet corn. So I'm gonna start serving this shit up with something. Got this. So you put that on the plate. And if you want to get fancy with it, you can like maybe even stack them like that, like you're in a restaurant or some shit. You know how they be all extra. Get some of this, give it a bang, loosen up some of that salt. Get that off of there. Yeah, baby. And you're gonna need a drink with this. There's some serious garlic salt on there. That's gonna dry you out, boy. And that's that corn on the cob. And that's vegetables. And sometimes you need to have some vegetables. Otherwise you'll end up looking like, Ralphie May. No disrespect, R.I.P. And that's a 4th of July feast. So, welcome to the Poddy, Clay in the kitchen. You know what to do. Bang bang. And as always, tell a friend to tell a friend.